37.4, 24.6, 28.7. All right, good almost afternoon here at Hoosier RC Hobbyplex. We're going to go ahead and get going right at 12 o'clock. So race number 1, 17.5 stock buggy. Make sure you guys are ready to go and get onto the stand at 12 o'clock. My marshals are going to be from race number 3, 13.5 wheeler. You guys are my marshals, so start making your way to the track, marshals. Start making your way to the track. I'm going to go ahead and warn everybody right now that we are kind of just low across the board. So we're not going to get a full field of marshals for anything. I'm not going to sit up here and just beg for volunteers or anything like that. Once we get 5 or 6, we're going to go. So just be patient with the marshals, everybody. Be patient. And if you wreck, just let somebody get to you. No yelling or anything like that, and we'll be good to go. Today is a Saturday club race here at Hoosier RC. That means we're doing 3 rounds of qualifying, followed by an 8-minute main. Your fastest single round of qualifying will seed you for your starting grid spot in the A main. Couple ground rules is when you're done marshaling, take your blower to the next spot that does not have a blower. So what might happen is you might start blowing and you'll get to a spot that has a blower sitting there. Keep going until you find a spot that does not have a blower. That way we make sure that we put down blowers and that we're blowing everywhere where everybody can actually, get a good track to race on. If I see you guys putting blowers down next to other blowers, I'll call you out on it, but then I'm not going to sit up here and be mean. I'll just try and call you out on it, make fun of you a little bit until you do it the right way. So I'm not going to threaten you or anything like that. So race number 1, 17.5 stock buggy. You guys have 2 minutes to get on up here and get ready to go. 2 minutes until I want you to take the track. We're going to do live starts today, so I'll just make sure you guys get spread out good enough, and then I'll go ahead and start the clock. I'll let you know when I do all that. We'll basically try to get everybody checked in and get you a lap, and then we'll get going. So race number 1, Leo, Preston, Chris, Talon, Mike, and Dortch. You guys are up first. Race number 3, that is my marshals for 13.5 wheeler. Race number 3, let me go ahead and see who I need to be looking for, is Brian. Well, all right, if Dortch, Preston, Leo, and Chris. All right. I need to see Antoine out on the track. I need to see anybody who will help me out on the track. Feel free to start making laps, guys, but I'm not going to start it until everyone gets checked in, so save your battery if you need to. Like I said, I warned you guys, this is going to be a low marshal count day, so just don't wreck. And marshals, I apologize, but good luck. Fill the center of the track out first. Fill out the center of the track first in the most likely wreck spots, please. We'll leave the high-speed corners and low likelihood wrecks. We'll leave those unfilled if we have to. So, thank you for grabbing blowers. When you come out to the track, grab yourself a blower. Still waiting on four different cars to check in. Probably somewhere in the middle. So Antoine, what you can do is where you're at right now, sit in the Hey Antoine. Antoine. You can be in the midfield right there and then just blow from that spot when you're done. Yeah. All right, we still need a couple more check-ins at least.
Mike Winders. Preston Scherer.
Looking for Chris White and looking for Talon Henley to check in. Okay. All right, Talon's not going to make the first one, so I'm just waiting for a check-in from Chris, and then we're good to go. And I believe that is him right there. It is. All right, guys. All right, looks like that's about as good as marshals we're going to get. So go ahead and Jordan, sit on that bucket there. Guys, spread them out, spread them out. We'll get going here in just a few seconds. Spread them out. All right, next time by live, you guys will be live. Next time, clock's going live. And all right, Leo, you're on. Preston, you're on. Hey, Jordan, make sure you're watching that back corner. All right. And Mike is on, so everybody's on the clock. Everybody is on the clock. If a marshal does not see it and I'm not calling it out, feel free to yell it out, but don't yell at my marshals. Just be like, hey, behind you or whatever. Like I said, we're going to be short on marshals all day. That's just the reality of when the weather is nice. But nonetheless, we're in here racing, so thank you. And to all my volunteer marshals, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. 45 seconds down, 4:15 to go. Dorch so far leading the way with a 13.521. Mike Winders in the 2, 12 and a 5:19. Leo Dake, 11 and a 5:27. Chris White, 10 and a 5:24. And Preston, 9.516. So every single one of your drivers is basically separated by about a lap pace. We'll see how that holds up, especially now that Dorch coming across the line with a long lap that time around. So Dorch falls off the 13 lap down to a low 11 lapper, and there he is wrecking off the back section again. So it's not going to improve this time around either. That's going to cede the lead to Mike Winders. Mike, you'll find him in the red car, yellow wheels, going over that double. Now to the single, U-turn into the double onto the long sweeper. Red car, yellow wheels, that is your leader coming to the line now. Mike's going 12 and a 5:15. His fast lap on lap number 2 was a 26 flat. Leo, though, Leo in the 2 spot. He ran 24.6 last time by. I believe that is Leo at the line there. So Leo, 12 and a 5:22. He's only 1.7 off of Mike Winders. So Leo coming over the front crossover now. U-turn to the triple. Watch out, Leo. There is a wreck. And he wrecks himself. Guys, help him out behind you. No worries. We got it. Thank you. 2 minutes down, 2:50 to go. Keep in mind, drivers, we've got some new marshals out there as well, so everybody's doing the best that they can. Nobody's going to leave you upside down on purpose. Single best way to not have to get marshaled is to not wreck. 2:30 down, 2:30 to go. We're halfway through the race. Mike Winders lays down a 25.4 his fast lap last time by, but Brian Dorch coming in fast in second place now. 23.8 lap number 5 for Brian. So Brian's found some pace. He's putting in some good laps, clawing his way back up to the top. Mike Winders looking to hold out steady. 12 and a 5:15. Leo, 12 and a 5:27. Dorch, 11.5 flat. Preston, 11.529. And Chris White, 10 and a 5:10. 2 minutes left, drivers. 2 minutes left to go. You will find your leader at the start-finish line now, coming through the S section. The second S section.
2 minutes left.
Across the tabletop. Jumping onto our second tabletop here, and then over the crossover. That is your leader. Red car, yellow wheels, triple. And then you'll find him going towards the double. Back to the single. And doubling onto the sweeper. In that time we spent with Winders, though, Brian Dorch again back up to the second spot. He's on that 12-lap pace. Only 2.5 seconds behind Mike Winders. 1:30 left to go. 1:30 left to go. Mike and Brian together on track. Brian gets around. And they are doing a little bit of racing here in qualifier number 1. Oh. That sounded like it broke that, Mike. I will say, even if you come together as a qualifier, it's probably best just to keep driving, to keep yourself separated because it's on the clock and not per position. So while I do appreciate the wait, sometimes in qualifying, it's better just to go and find some space. 4 minutes down, 1 to go, and all that trouble with Mike and Brian. We find Leo out front, 12 and a 5:17. He's got a 7-second gap over Winders and another 1.4 over Dorch. So Leo coming in strong when the other two found each other on the track. He found some space with 45 seconds left to go. An early TQ pace of a 12 and a 5:17. Brian Dorch, though, he's got the fastest lap of the race by about a second and a half with a 23.8 that he did on back lap number 5. So if he puts out any more of those, he'll be right back up in contention for that early TQ. 30 seconds left to go, drivers. 30 seconds left in this one. Leo, Brian, Mike, Chris, Preston. Everybody's about pretty much separated on the track and pretty much on their own lap. The closest battle on the track is for second and third, Brian Dortch and Mike Winders. 2 seconds was the difference last time by at the loop. You'll find Dortch going over that crossover, finding a little bit of lap traffic in through the triple. All right, guys, do not stop until I call you done or you hear your name. Don't stop till you hear your name. That is the race clock.
Preston Scherer done.
Preston, you're done. Chris, everybody
Leo
else
Tate
is
done.
going. Leo and Preston, only 2 done. Leo and Preston are the only 2 done. If you guys are done, go ahead and pull over and let everybody else keep going. Race to the line, guys. Race to the line. You will be done. Everybody else, race to the line.
Lifeline.
Dortch and Chris. Dortch and Chris. There's
Brian
Dortch
Dortch
and
done.
there's Chris. All right, drivers. Early TQ. Leo
All
Dake,
drivers
12 and a
are
5:13. Dortch,
Completed.
Mike, Chris, and Preston. Your running order. Uh-oh. Hey, Antoine, can you get a blower for Jordan? Sorry about that. Oh, sir, in the that one you go the other way. Yep. Sorry about that. He was at that bucket over there. That's where it was. All right. We got a few of those guys that were marshals that are in this next race, so we'll give them just a few minutes.
1 minute. to
That
the
one
start
should
of
just
the
stop
race.
in this corner. I think it stops in this corner. Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's weird when we don't have the full field, so.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. So my marshals from that last race, if you were in that last race, please, oh please, come on out to Marshall. 21-5, you guys are up. That's going to be Antoine, Jordan, Mike,
30
Alton,
seconds to the
Paul,
start of
and
the race.
Dave. That is all 6 of you.
– 15 seconds to the start of the race.
Huh? Yeah, I was just saying, like, it sounds like something.
Less than 5.
Yeah. Able to hear it? Or did you say it? Did it? All right, drivers, I need you guys to make your way to the stand. Antoine, Jordan, Odo, Alton, Paul, and Dave to the stand. I've got my marshals. Go ahead and start making yourself some laps. Make some laps.
Antoine Morris. Alton Henley. Mike Otto.
Is it a 12 mil shock, Mike? It is a 13 on that car? Oh. Is that new, or have they been doing that for a while? Yeah, that makes sense. Dude, I bet the 13.
Paul Hamilton.
I want to go. All right, I'm looking for a check-in from Jordan and a check-in from Dave. I see Jordan. That's him at the line. Hey, Talon, check and see if the transponder's blinking. Might just be backwards. Yeah, I'll have.
Dave Hill.
All right, I got a check-in from Paul. Just run it across the line for me, Talon. Ding 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 ding.
Jordan Beer.
That is it. All right, we've got everybody checked in. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys, spread them out, spread them out. I'm not going to start it this time, but next time by, we will be live, so spread them out. Find some space. I would recommend finding some space. All right, Odo will be the first one live, so Odo, start making laps. You'll be the first one live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Odo is on the clock. That is the clock, so everybody make it to the line. You will be on the clock. All right, we've got everybody checked in except for Antoine and Dave. Antoine, I see Antoine and Dave coming around now. There's Antoine. Dave will be at the line now. All right, everybody on track is on the clock. We are counting laps. You see somebody faster coming up on you, please just give them a little bit of room. That's all they need, just a little bit of room to get by. This is 21.5 Independent Buggy. All right. Slow roll over the triple for Jordan. 1 minute down, 4 minutes left to go. Alton Henley out front. 12 and a 509. Paul in the 2. 12 and a 522. Antoine 12 and a 525. Mike 11 520. Jordan 10 529. And Dave 10 532. That is your running order. 115 down and 345 left to go. Antoine and Paul only separated by about a tenth of a second last time, but this time by with a long lap for Antoine. I'm going to put him down to the 4 spot. So Alton, Paul, Odo, Antoine, Jordan, Dave. Closest battle on the track is for that 2 spot. Paul and Mike now duking it out, but Mike with the long lap that time by. So Alton, the only one making consistent fast laps so far, but Paul fires off a 26.8, his fastest lap of the race, in that number 2 spot to bring him down to 11.509. So you've got Alton on a 12, and then 11 laps for Paul and Antoine, 10 laps for Mike, 9 for Jordan, and 9 for Dave. 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. Alton Henley, Paul Hamilton, Antoine Morris, your top 3. They're separated by about 4 seconds each. Alton Henley, though, last time by with another 25-second lap, keeping him on that 12 and a 518 pace. You'll see your leader, Alton Henley, going over the tabletop through that back right sweeper, doubling onto that table there. Roller into the crossover. Cases the crossover, going to cost him just a little bit. His older brother there to get him going the right way, back over the triple. That's a double for the 21.5 cars, it looks like. Double for Alton again. So 2:30 down, 2:30 to go. Halfway through the race, Alton Henley out front with a massive 14.2 second lead. Paul Hamilton in the 3 spot behind Antoine. Antoine has got 3.7 over Paul. Paul now only 5 seconds over Mike. Mike 8 seconds over Jordan. And Dave 6 seconds behind Jordan. So the fastest lap of the race goes to your number 1 driver, Alton Henley, with a 25.7 that he did the first lap out. Antoine's got a 26.1. Paul with a 26.8, 27.9 for Mike, and Jordan 31.7.
2 minutes left.
This is race number 2, 21.5. Race number 3, 13.5 wheeler. Get them ready. .315 down, 145 to go. Alton, Antoine, Paul, your top 3. Alton's got 19 seconds over Antoine. Alton putting in an absolutely great run here early on in the day. Looking to hold out a TQ all day if he can. Alton, you'll find him going back onto the back left sweeper, doubling out. Really tight lines. Double over. A little bit slippery coming onto the start-finish stretch. Through the double S's for Alton. Back over the back right tabletop. Doubling onto the right-hand side tabletop through that crossover for Alton. Doesn't case it this time. Lands it just fine. Double single for Alton. Good pace through there. Double again. Antoine, though, coming up on him. So Antoine's 18 seconds behind. He's had a few wrecks. Alton gets it wrong. Antoine's going to go on by, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he wants to come anywhere close to where Alton's lapping. So 4:10 down, 50 seconds left to go. Alton Henley, 12 and a 5:18 last time by, this time by in a 5:19. So he's still making good laps there. Antoine, though, with a 26.3 last time by, made up 2 seconds that lap. So 11.513 for Antoine, 30 seconds left to go. Paul Hamilton, 10 and a 5:02 in the 3 spot. Odo in the 4, Jordan in the 5, and Dave in the 6. As it sits right now, Alton Henley would be number 2 in the 17.5 race had he be running the 17.5 class today. So a fantastic run out of Alton. Looking for Alton at the start-finish line. I believe that is him there. Again, 12 and a 5:26. Fantastic pace so far. Keeping it going through the S section, buddy. Only 8 more seconds to go. Keep it going. I know I'm saying his name a bunch, trying not to make him too nervous. 2 seconds left on the clock, guys. Don't stop until you hear your name. Do not stop until you hear your name.
Mike Otto done.
That is the leader. Oh. No, go, 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 go. You guys are good. Go, go, go.
Paul Hamilton done. Alton Henley done.
Alton's going to still hold on to that early TQ, so Antoine and Dave still running. Antoine, Dave, and Jordan still running. Waiting on Dave to cross the line. Hold on, guys. One more to finish. There he is. All right, your early TQ. Alton Henley, 11 and a 5:08. Antoine, 11.509. Odo, 10 to 5:03. I feel like I made him a little nervous. Just a little bit. Hey, Jordan, did your car break? Okay. I just saw that it stopped counting, so I wanted to make sure. Okay. Did it do that thing where it pulls through up front?
1 minute to the start of the race.
Hey, Talon. Did his car do that thing where the front axle pulls through the hub?
45 seconds to the start of the race.
No, it's something different? Okay. Because if so, I was going to say get those metal inserts, but if that's not the case, then it's no big
30
deal.
seconds to the start of the race.
It's all right. I know that you guys are all back to back and whatnot, so we're up here waiting. No big deal. I'll give you a couple minutes. This is 13.5 wheeler, hopefully the fastest race of the day.
15 seconds to the start.
They've got a much bigger motor and 4-wheel drive, so they should have no problem carving it up. Feel free to make laps if you want to. Just keep in mind that we're still waiting on guys to make it out to the track, so don't burn up your battery. Oh! Oh! Watch, it'll drive away from it. Still looking for check-ins from pretty much everybody. Hey, Leo, can you cross the line? You can go backwards if you need to, but yeah, just go across the line for me, Leo. I'll get you checked in while you're one of the only ones out here. Oh, hold on. Who's doing... What are we doing? Somebody's touching the computer. All right, Leo, one more time. I'm assuming that's Preston, and that's Leo. Okay.
Leo Dake. Preston.
All right, I got you guys. Thank you.
Antoine Morris.
Just waiting on Chris White and Brian Dortch. Chris White, Brian Dortch. Hey, Antoine, quit wrecking. I see Chris, and I see Brian. Come on, Brian. No more burnouts. Let's go. That's a burnout-free zone over in the staging. Burnout-free. All right, I see Chris is on track. Chris is on track. Rolling the crossover. Very interesting. All right, Antoine's on the checked in. We just need Dortch. All right, so Dortch is going to be the last one to cross, and then the next time somebody else goes by, we will be live.
Brian Dortch.
All right, next driver by will be live. Go, go, go. Clock is live. So Dortch will be the last one live. So we got Leo on the clock, Chris on the clock, Preston on the clock, Antoine across the line there, and Dortch needs help in the back left. All right. And Dortch on the clock. Everybody on track is on the clock. Based off of how everybody started this race, Brian has a ton of open track in front of him, so he's got all the reason in the world to put in a good run here. So far, everybody, as they cross the line, has gone faster than the previous person across, and I think that might hold true here for Brian, so we will see. Yes, sir. So, 24-1, first lap by for Dortch. That's going to put him on to a 13 and a 5:14. 12 and a 5:08 for Antoine. 12 and a 5:18 for Chris. 12 and a 5:18 for Leo. And 11 5:19 for Preston. You guys see a faster buggy coming up on you, please give them just that little bit of room. That's all they need to get by and continue racing. $115 down, $345 to go. Dortch out front with a 23.8 last time by. A 13 and a 5:12 overall. Chris White, 23.7 though on his second lap. He's got a 12 and a 5 flat. Leo, 12 and a 5:19. Antoine, 12 and a 5:22. Preston, 11 5:21. Somebody might be broke out, or they've got a link missing or something like that. I think Talon's got him. Thank you for holding it. 150 down, 3:10 to go. Chris White out front, but he's got a long lap coming. Puts him back down to the 2 spot. So Dortch, 12 and a 5:17 with a long lap last time by. Same with Chris, 12 and a 5:18, only 1/10 of a second behind. Leo, 12 and a 5:21. He's only a second off of those 2 front runners. Preston, 18 seconds behind, and Antoine, 1 second behind that. But I do believe that Antoine had a break. So 2:15 down, 2:45 to go. You've got Brian, Leo, Chris, Preston, Antoine. Your running order. So far, it looks like everybody's working together pretty well. Haven't seen anything too egregious. 2:30 down, 2:30 to go. Drivers were halfway through the race. Current TQ pace. Brian Dortch, 12 and a 5:07. He's going to be looking to get back onto that 13-lap pace. Leo, 12 and a 5:15 now, 3.3 behind Brian. Chris, only 7/10 behind Leo, 12 and a 5:16. Preston, 10 and a 5 flat. Antoine, 10 and a 5:08. Fastest lap still belongs to Chris White on lap number 2, 23.7. 23.8 for Brian, so that's his fastest lap of the race. 12 and a 5:04 out front. Oh, Brian, your car doesn't sound too happy. 3 down, 2 to go. 3 down, 2 to go. Dortch still leading the way. 12 and a 5:04. Leo, 12 and a 5:14. Chris, 12 and a 5:22. 11 5:22 for Preston, and 10 and a 5:06 for Antoine. $130 left, drivers. $130 left to go. $110 left, drivers. $110 left. Your leader, Brian Dortch, 12 and a 5:01. You'll find him in that all-white car, yellow wheels, X-ray, going over the crossover now. Woo! Landing very close to one of your other drivers. 1 minute left. Brian Dortch, Leo, Chris, Preston, Antoine. Your top 5. You're only 5, but your top 5. Dortch still leading the way, 8 seconds ahead of Leo. Leo, 9 seconds ahead of Chris. 10 seconds back to Preston, and another 10 back to Antoine. So everybody's pretty spread out with 30 seconds left to go, even though they're very close on track. A lot of steering in that X-ray car, I can tell. "20 seconds left, drivers. 20 seconds left to go in this one. Is it dead? That is the race clock. Do not stop, drivers, until you hear your name. Chris, keep going.
Leo Dake done.
Leo, you are done. Antoine, keep going, keep going. Brian, keep going. Leo's the only one done. Leo's the only one done.
Preston Scherer done.
Preston is done. Everybody else, cross the line, you will be done.
Antoine Morris done. Chris White done.
Just waiting on Dorch. She's coming through the sweeper now.
Brian Dorch done.
All right, that is the race.
All
Leo
drivers
Dake,
are
early
clear.
TQ, 12 and a 5:11. We will go ahead and start race number 1 back at 12:45. 12:45. Race number 1 for round number 2, 12:45. That is about 20 minutes. 12:45. Same race order. Same race order.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Preston Shearer. Leo Dake.
All right, you heard her. 17.5 to the track, 13.5 to Marshall, please. $17.5 to the track, or to the driver's stand, I should say, and 13.5 to the track to Marshall. Please and thank you. I'm looking for Leo, Dorch, Winders, Chris White, Preston, and Talon to the stand. I'm looking for pretty much the same people to marshal. So if you marshaled the first race last time and you have the time to help me out, I'd love for you to do it again. Just need about 2 or 3 more to fill it out. Just fill out the infield and we'll call it good enough. Just an FYI, guys, to those of you who are already making laps, don't run your batteries all the way down. Be careful. All right.
Chris White.
All right, guys. Race number 1. Where are you guys at? It is 12:47. Race number 1. Where are you guys at? I need my marshals as well. Come on, let's go. I'm looking for racers. I'm looking for Marshall. Come on, guys. Where you at? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got guys making laps that need marshals out there for them. I'll give you a bit more time in between 2 and 3. If that's what it is, I apologize, but we are going this time, so let's go, go, go. If you're unable to make this race and you're in it, could you maybe help me marshal? That would fill in a lot of gaps. I'd love you long time. I don't really want to force these guys to do a 2-man marshal job. That always sucks, and that sucks to be the racer in that class as well.
Brian Dorch.
All right, I've got 5 drivers on the stand. Looks like Mike was able to make it just in time, so we got Mike. Only one we're missing is Talon. Probably going to have to drag Mike. Yep.
Mike Winders.
All right, and I don't think Talon's making this one either, so we're going to go with the marshals that we got. So everybody start making laps, spread them out, and I'll let you know. We're going to go live in 5. What? Oh, all right. Check it in, Talon. Check it in. All right, once Talon goes by, we're going to go live, guys. So start making laps, spread them out. Talon, you're going live. You're going live, Talon. All right, Talon's on the clock. All right, we got everybody checked in and running. 30 seconds down. Talon Henley lays down a 23-1 out the gate. So that's a 13-5 flat for Talon. 13-5-15 for Chris. 12 and a 508 for Mike. 12 and a 503 for Leo. Dorch, 11-507. Preston is yet to come across the line for me here, so we're going to get some data when he does. Talon with a wreck through the S's. Thank you for the quick marshal there, Antoine. So 13-503 for Talon thus far. Chris White, 13-5-15. Leo, 12 and 503. Mike, 12 and 517. George, 11-507. Preston, 8-522. We got a wreck back here in the back. Wreck back here in the back. If anybody can come get it. Wreck back here on the tabletop. Still here, marshals. We got two back here, still here. Sorry, guys. I'm doing the best I can to call stuff like that out. I do apologize. 130 down, 330 to go. Talon out front. Leo in the 2. Brian in the 3. So Brian now to the 2 spot. So Talon, Brian, Leo, Chris, Mike, Preston, your running order. 145 down, 315 to go. Currently resetting TQ is Talon Henley, 13-517. Only driver currently on a 13-lap pace. Leo, 12 and a 513. That is good enough. That is also on a TQ pace. So those two are good enough to reset TQ as it sits. Mike Winders in the 3 spot, 12 and a 516. Chris White, 12 and a 518. George, 11-520. Preston, 8-541. $245 left, drivers. $245 to go. We're halfway through the race. 230 left. 230 left. Talon out front. 22-8. Last time by. That's 13-511. Leo, 12 and a 510. He's 11 seconds behind Talon. Mike, 12 and a 521. In the 3 spot, Dorch, 11-5 flat. Chris, 11-517. And Preston, 8-512. I do believe that is Leo coming down off the stand, so he was going to break out of second spot.
Two minutes left.
Oh, I didn't know if you were making that or not. 150 left, drivers. 150 left. Talon, Winders, Brian, Chris, Preston, and Leo's out. Winders Yokomo looking pretty good as well. 12 and a 524 for him. That's better than he went in round number 1. $130 left, drivers. Talon, Brian, Winders. Brian and Winders only 3/10 apart last time by. So whoever puts in the better next 1 minute or so is going to get it. Talon Henley still came across the line 25-3 even with that wreck before the line. So 25-3 for Talon. His fastest lap was a 22.8 on lap number 6. Talon, Brian, Mike, Chris, Preston. That is the race order. Watch out through the S's, guys. It's now clear.
1 minute left.
You guys see a faster car coming up on you, please just give them a little bit of room. Careful after the triple. Careful after the triple. It's clear. Ooh. 420 down, 40 seconds left to go. Talon, 13-517. Winders, 12 and 520. Dortz, 12-521. Chris, 11-505. Preston, 8-5 flat. Preston ran his fastest lap of the race last time by, 26-7. $20 seconds left, drivers. 20 seconds. Ooh, wrecking into my wrecking marshals. Careful. It's buggies flying out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Hey guys, careful in the crossover. Careful. Watch out. Ooh, thank you, Talon. Thank you. Still, guys, careful in the crossovers. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Yikes. All right. Everybody keep going. Everybody keep going. Nobody's done. Talon is done. Talon's the only one done. Everybody else, when you cross the line, you will be done. Cross the line and you will be done. Chris is done.
Mike Winder's done.
Mike is done. Preston's done. Waiting on Dortch. I believe Dortch is broke, though. All right, guys. That's going to do it for the race. Talon Henley resets TQ 13-5-17. Winders 12-5-23.
The race is completed.
21-5. You guys are next. 21-5.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
That wasn't bad.
30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Alton Henley.
All right, guys, let's get him checked in.
Mike Otto. Antoine Morris. Dave Hill.
All right, still waiting on a check-in from Paul, Jordan, and Mac. Although I think Mac's not going to make it till round number 3, so just Paul and Jordan. Don't run your batteries down, guys. Don't run them down. Waiting on a check-in from Paul and Jordan. Paul and Jordan. I see Jordan on the stand. Is Paul going to make this one? Yes? Okay. Cool. I think there's Dave. Jordan running across the line for me.
Jordan
All right,
Dave.
there's Jordan. All right, we got everybody on. Spread them out, fellas. Spread them out. Spread them out. What's up, Mac? Spread them out. All right. Next time. Hey, that car. Yep. Go, go, go. Next time by, you guys will be live. So first one up, I believe, is Antoine. Yep. Antoine, you're on the clock. When you cross the line, you will be on the clock. Right. 40 seconds down, 4:20 to go. We still haven't had everybody make their lap, so we're going to give you guys another 30, 40 seconds. Something's wrong, right? Is that a bent shock shaft, Talon? Yeah. Hey, just throw it down if he wants to keep going, but that could be tough.
4 minutes left.
Yeah, you're just going to keep wrecking. You're going to ruin the seals in that if you keep messing with it, I bet. All right, 115 down, 3:45 to go. Odo leading the way, 11 and a 506. That's good enough to reset Alton's TQ from round number 1. 11 and a 509 for Antoine. Alton, 11 and a 523. Paul, 10-5 flat. Dave, 9-5-26. Jordan and Mac are off track. You can find your leader, Odo. He should be coming towards the line now. I believe that is him. There he goes at the line, so that's going to move him down to the 3 spot with a long lap that time by. So Antoine, 11 and a 519. Alton, 11 and a 523. As it sits right now, Alton's round 1 TQ is definitely going to hold up. We've got 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go in this one. Antoine out front, 11 and a 512. With a 26.6 last time by. Alton, though, 26.9 last time by. So any faster out of Alton, and he'll be threatening to reset that TQ. You can find Antoine now coming through the S's, I believe. Nope. Antoine's over, coming back onto the sweeper. Alton is coming through towards the line now, I believe. There he goes through that right-hander at the line there. That's going to put Alton down to the 4 spot. Long lap that time by. So 25.7 last time by for Antoine. New fastest lap of the race. 11 and a 506. Good enough to reset TQ. Mike Odo in the 2 spot. 11 and a 527. That is good enough to put him up to the 3 spot overall. Alton so far the only one, and Antoine changing positions. They're going to swap from 1 and 2 to 2 and 1. So 240 down, 220 left to go. Antoine, Mike, Paul, Alton, Dave, and Jordan. Your running order. Another fast lap out of Antoine, 25.1 that time by. Going to put him onto an 11 and a 502 pace, knocking on that 12 lapper. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go in this one. Antoine, Paul, Alton, your top 3, followed closely by Mike and Dave. You can find your leader coming across at the back left-hand section of the track. That second and then that final 180, doubling onto the sweeper. That is your leader, Antoine Morris. Long lap, though, this time by. It was a 25.1 last time. This time by is a 31.2, so that's going to knock him way back just off of TQ pace by about a 10th. So Antoine, Alton coming back strong later in the race with a 28.2 last time by. Paul, Mike, and Dave, your running order. 130 left to go, drivers. 130 left in this one. Fastest lap of the race belongs to Antoine Morris out front. He did that one 2 laps ago, 25.1. Alton looking up to make up a pretty good lap this time around. Let's see what it is. 28.2 last time, 26.9 for Alton this time by, but he gets it wrong in the S's. Somebody's got to help him out. 4 down, 1 to go. 4 down, 1 to go. Antoine, Alton, Mike, Paul, Dave. Antoine, 11 and a 510. He is 2 seconds outside of TQ pace. That was Alton Henley's round number 1 TQ. Alton, 10 and a 5 flat. Odo, 10 to 507. Paul, 10 to 518. Dave, 8 and a 511. Antoine at the line there, 30.2 for him, 31.1 for Alton. Antoine getting a little bit further back, getting caught up with lap traffic, and around goes Alton. 4:30 down, 30 seconds left to go. Alton just barely making the double that time by. Good through that triple. Clean over the double, dives inside of the lap traffic and through the single, doubling onto that back section. Antoine tries to follow through, but finds some pipe. 15 seconds left. Alton gets it wrong. Gonna get marshaled here pretty quickly. Lot of cars flying at the marshal there. Alton 28.5 last time by with a wreck. So 11.518 for Antoine, 11.529 for Alton. Mike 10-504. Paul 10-510. Dave 8-519. That is the race clock. Antoine, next time by, you will be done. Next time by.
Mike Otto done.
Otto, you're done. Otto, you're done. Dave, keep going. Paul, keep going. Alton, keep going. Keep going, Alton. Keep going. Mike's the only one done. Mike is the only one done.
Paul Hamilton done.
Paul, you're done.
Antoine Morris done.
Antoine is done.
Dave Hill done.
Just waiting on Alton. Alton is still live. He's still live. Finish it up, Alton. Finish it up. He's walking as he does it.
Done.
All right, that is a race. Antoine not going to reset TQ. Alton going to hold on for yet another round. All right, race number 3, 13.5. You guys are up next. Race number 3, 13.5 Wheeler. You guys are up next. All right, guys, just a quick reminder that when you are done racing, you go down the stairs to the left-hand side, put your car into impound, and go on out to Marshall. I see one car in the impound. One car only is in the impound. So off the stand, down, car impound, out to Marshall. So in round number 3, we keep seeing nobody going back. I'll start docking laps. I'll start whatever I got to do. That is the rules. We all know it. So when you come down, you finish a race, you go down the left side, down the stairs, car goes into the impound, you go immediately out to Marshall.
30 seconds.
Race number 3 drivers, you guys should already be on the stand. Marshall should already be out there on the track.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. Preston Scherer. Less than 5.
All right, looks like I got 5 drivers on the stand. Mac has made it to this one, so good thing there.
Antoine Morris.
I'm looking for check-ins from Brian, Chris, and Mac. Brian, Chris, and Mac are my check-ins I'm looking for. So I see Mac coming across. We should get him here.
Back.
There we go. There's Dorch, I think. Yep, just waiting for a check-in from Chris. Waiting for a check-in from Chris. I believe that's him on the left-hand side of the track. All right, drivers. This is all you're getting Marshall-wise, so
Chris White.
Be patient. All right, spread them out, spread them out. Next time by, you will be live. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mac, you are live. Preston's live. Dorch is live. Leo's live. Antoine is on, and Chris is coming on now. All right. Everybody on track is on the clock with 4:40 to go. .45 seconds down, 4:15 left to go. Leo out front, 13-517. Preston 13.519, Mac 12.512, Antoine 12.512, Chris 10.509, George 10.509. Current TQ from round number 1 was 12 and a 5.11 set by Leo. He is currently on TQ pace to reset that pace. Leo 13.523 last time by, Preston 12 and 5 flat. Then Mac, Antoine, Brian, and Chris. 1 down, 3:50 to go. Wreck in the back right, it is clear. $130 down, 3:30 to go. Leo out front, 13.522. 2.5 seconds back is Antoine. Another 0.2 back to Preston. 6 seconds to Dortch. 2.8 to Chris, and 2.3 to Mac.
Three minutes left.
Two down, 3 to go. 2 down, 3 to go. Leo out front, 13.523. Still good enough to reset TQ. Preston, 12 and a 5.23. He's 11 seconds back. Brian, 11 and a 5 flat. Chris, 11.502. Antoine, 11.511. Mac, 10.504. $230 down, 2:30 to go. We're halfway through the race. 2:30 down, 2:30 to go. Leo leading the way with a 24.3 last time by. 12 and a 5 fat for Leo. That's still good enough to reset TQ. Preston 12.518. Antoine 11.501. Brian 11.503. Mac 11.524. And Chris 10.501. Fastest lap of the race belongs to your 4th place driver, Brian Dortch, 22.8 on his 3rd lap of the race.
2 minutes left.
3 down, 2 to go. 3 down, 2 to go. $320 down, 140 to go. Leo 12 and a 5.08. Preston 12 and a 5.15. Antoine 12 and a 5.22. Brian 11.524. Mac and Chris, your running order. Your leader at the line there, coming through the S's. Blue front, I believe. Green rear. Or no, Leo's got the pink and blue, I believe. 3:45 down, 1:15 to go. Leo and Preston are together on track, and they're separated by 4 seconds on the clock. Antoine's got another 4 seconds behind them. Brian just reset the fastest lap of the race last time by. 22.6 last time for Brian.
1 minute left.
Oh, almost able to downside that. That'd be pretty cool. 1 minute left to go. 1 minute left to go. Leo, Preston, Antoine, Brian, Mac, Chris, your running order. $25 seconds left. 25 seconds left to go. Leo, Preston, Antoine, Brian, Mac, Chris. Preston and Antoine. 1.2 seconds is the gap. They could swap around here at the last minute. 12 and a 5.05 for Leo. Good enough to reset TQ. If he stays on that pace, 10 seconds left to go. He's still on a 5.05 last time by. We got somebody upside down in the S's. Help him out. That is the race clock. That is the race. Everybody keep going. Nobody's done. Everybody keep going, keep going, keep going. Nobody's done.
Brian Dortch done.
Brian, you are done. Everybody cross the line. You will be done.
Leo Dake done.
Leo's done. Resets TQ. 12 and a 5.11. Cross the line. You will be done, guys. Cross the line. You are done. Mac, you're done.
Done. Antoine Morris done.
Just waiting on Chris White. I believe that's him right there at the line. That is a race drivers. All right, resets TQ. Leo Dake, 12 and a 5.11. Antoine, 12.515. Preston, 12.522. That is your top 3. All right, drivers. It is 1:15 now. We'll give you a full 25 minutes. We'll get going again at 1:40. 1:40. 1:40 is race number 1. 1:40, same order. Track is open. Track is open.
Preston Scherer. Brian Dorsch. $26.7. $23 flat. $117 flat. $23.6. $23.3. $22.3. $24.8. $22.3. 47.5. Mac. $54.9. Preston Scherer. $136 flat. $28.1. $28 flat. $41.8. $26.9. $25.4. $30.9. Unknown driver. $26.3. 114.9. $28.3. $27.1. $25.5. Unknown driver. 25.5. $30.3. $27.2. $119.4. 28.4. $28.5. 27.8. $27.5. $41.4. 32.5. 28.7. 36.5. 37.6. $26.9.
All right, 17.5 Buggy to the track, 13.5 to Marshall, please. 17.5 to the stand, 13.5 to Marshall. You guys are up.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, 17.5. This is you guys. Come on, let's go. 17.5 to the track. I'm going to start this race in 2 minutes. Starting the race in 2 minutes. I need my marshals. 13.5. This race is going live in a minute and 40. Minute and 40. It is 1:46 already.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
1:30. 1:30 till this race goes live. 1 minute 30 seconds. Come on, drivers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I need my marshals.
Mike Winders.
Guys, I need marshals. I need drivers. It's already 1:47. Let's go. Marshals and drivers. Marshals and drivers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It is time to go. We had 25 minutes. Let's go. Let's go, marshals. Let's go, marshals. Let's go, drivers. Marshals and drivers. There we go. All right, guys. 30 seconds until I want to go live. 30 seconds. Let's get it going. Looks like I got all the marshals I might get. I don't know. We'll do our best. Any more marshals out there would be appreciated. Any more marshals would be appreciated. Thank you, Antoine. 20 seconds, drivers. 20 seconds. Let's go. Ten seconds, drivers. 10 seconds, and I'm going to hit the button. Let's go. Let's go. Five seconds. 5 seconds. Let's go. All right. Looks like I got everybody on the stand.
Alan Henley.
Get them checked in, and we will go live. Once that last car gets checked in, we're going live. Thank you to all my marshals. I am going to need somebody to watch that. Hey, Mac, make sure we're watching that sweeper. Make sure we watch the sweeper. Thank you. Just make sure you watch it. All right. Dorch across the line there, and Chris behind him. We're going live in less than 5. Next car live. Next car live is live. Next car is live. All right, Chris, you're on. Chris, you're on. Leo's on. Just saying, guys, there's a low amount of marshals on that top left corner, so don't wreck up there. Don't do it. Current TQ sits with Talon Henley, 13.517. Everybody on the track is counting laps. We got a wreck in the S's. Wreck in the S's. Clear. All right. After a lap, Brian Dorch out front, 13.511. Talon, 13.518. Leo, 12.5 flat. Mike, 12.5 flat. Chris, 12.514. Preston, 10.525. Thank you, Mac. You might just want to stay at that bucket, I think. Yep.
4 minutes left.
You're good. All right, that time by across the stripe. Talon Henley, 22.8 fast lap, 13.508 for Talon. Brian, 13.513. Mike, 12.5 flat, knocking on that 13 lap pace. Chris White, 11.507. Leo, 10.507. Preston, 10.507. Last time by, Preston runs his fastest lap, puts him up to an 11.518. Talon still got that TQ pace, 13.508. Dorch on a TQ pace as well, 13.512. Two minutes down, 3 minutes to go. Talon, Brian, Mike, Chris, Preston, Leo. Fastest lap of the race last time by, 22.8 for Talon, 13.507 pace. Dorch, 12.5 flat, just barely off of that 13 lapper. Winders, 12.509. Then Preston, Chris, Leo. As it sits right now, Dorch will move up 2 spots to P2 overall. Preston up 1 to P5. We got a wreck in the last corner, guys. Wreck in the last corner. Be careful. Max trying to get to it. Clear. 230 down, 230 to go, guys. 230 down, 230 to go. Ooh, big air. $245 down, $215 to go. Talon, 13.517. Dorch, 12.501. Winders, 12.506. Preston, 11.501. 11.501 for Leo as well. Chris, 11.513. Field is tightening up as everybody gets further into the day.
2 minutes left.
2 to go, 2 to go. Race number 2, 21.5. Get them ready. You guys are up next. 21.5, get them ready. You're next. $140 to go. Talon, 13.514. Brian, 13.523. Winders, 12.505. Leo, 12.525. Preston and Chris. Your leader at the line there. 13.516. He's a second under TQ pace as it sits. 13.522 for Dorch. He's only 3.3 behind Talon. They're together on track as well. Dorch gets by. Talon with a wreck. That might put Dorch out front. It's close. 3 seconds the gap now. 1 to go. 1 to go, drivers. Quick feet by Mac there to get everybody helped and not step on anybody. 45 seconds left in this one. Talon Henley, 13.519. Dorch, 13.524. Winders, 12.505. A 23 now for Dorch. 24 flat last time by. Talon with a 23.4. Looks like a good lap coming in from Dorch, and it is 23.9, 24.1 for Talon, closing the gap by another 0.2. 8 seconds left, drivers. Do not stop until you hear your name. Don't stop till you hear your name. That's the clock. Keep going, keep going. Everybody keep going. Wreck in the back left. Wreck in the back left. That was Dorch. That's going to hurt him. He was going up to P2 overall. We'll see where this puts him.
Chris White done.
Dorch keep going. Talon keep going. Only one done is Chris. And Dorch, you got caught. Dorch is done. Still going to move up to P2 overall. Everybody else cross the line. You're done. Preston, Winders, Dake. Chris, only one not done is Talon. Only one not done is Talon.
Talon Henley done.
Talon's going to not reset TQ. So Talon's round 2 TQ, 13.517. Dorch in the 2 spot. Winders in the 3. That is your top 3 for the main.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the
All
race.
right, guys, let's get him checked in. Get him checked in.
Alton Henley. Less than 5. Dave Hill.
Yep.
Mike Otto.
All right, guys, let's check him in. Check him in. 21 fives. Check him in.
Antoine Morris. Jordan Beard. Paul Hamilton. Back.
Yep. All right, guys, spread them out. We'll get this one going. Spread them out, spread them out, spread them out. Next time by, you will be live. All right. Here we go. Cross the line. You're live. We need help up front. Help up front. Right by the line. Thank you. Current TQ, Alton Henley from round number 1, 11 and a 508. We'll see if it holds up. Everybody on the track is on the clock. All right, I'll give you just a couple more seconds for everybody to get a lap in. We'll tell you where you're at.
4 minutes left.
All right, 1 down, 4 to go. Mac out front. Antoine out front. Mac in the 2, Alton in the 3, Odo in the 4, Jordan, Dave, Paul. So Antoine, 12 and a 513, looking to reset TQ. Mac in the 2, 12 and a 517. Alton in the 3, 11 and a 504. Top 3 drivers all on TQ pace. Jordan, Mike, Paul, Dave, your running order. 2 down, 3 to go. Mac out front, 12 and a 5:15. Alton in the 2 spot, now on 12 lapper as well, 12 and a 5:22. Antoine, 12 and a 5:23. Antoine now down to 11, 5:02. Jordan in the 4, 10 to 5:30. Mike in the 5, 9, 5:19. Paul and Dave. Jordan just ran his fastest lap of the race, 28.1 last time by. Mac leading the way, looking to reset TQ, 12 and a 5:15. Alton, 12 and a 5:20, only 2.7 seconds behind, so he's keeping him honest. Looks like Alton and Mac are on the track together on the right-hand side. Alton's looking to run away if he can. .245 down, 2:15 to go. Mac out front, 12.513. Alton, 12.520. Antoine, 11.511. Then Jordan, Paul, Dave. Looks like Odo is out. Three down, 2 to go. .325 down, 135 to go. Mac out front, 12 and a 5:16, looking to reset TQ, 11.503 for Alton, 11.520 for Antoine. Jordan, 10.519, 10.525 for Paul, 9.534 for Dave. Long lap this time by for Mac, puts him on a 12 and a 5:21. Good enough, still good enough to reset TQ by about 9 seconds. One to go, drivers, one to go.
1 minute left.
.40 seconds. Mac out front, 12 and a 5:20, 11.518 for Antoine. Alton now down to the 3, 11.528. Paul, 10.522. Then Jordan and Dave. .15 seconds left. 15 seconds to go. Five seconds, drivers. Don't stop till you hear your name. Do not stop. Careful in the sweeper. Careful in the sweeper.
Jordan Beard done. Alton Henley done.
Jordan is done. Alton's done. Dave and Matt keep going. Matt keep going for sure. Antoine keep going. Paul keep going. Jordan, Alton, only one's done. Dave is done. Everybody else cross the line. You will be done. Cross the line and you will be done.
Mac done. Paul Hamilton done. Antoine Morris.
All right, that is the race, drivers. Mac going to reset TQ, 12 and a 5:24, then followed by Alton in the 2 spot and Antoine, and that is your top 3 for the main. Drivers, when you come down off the stand, your cars need to be going into impound. When you come down off the stand, drivers, if you were in that last race, your car should be over in the impound. Is my mic working?
45 seconds.
If you were in that last race, your car should be over in the impound and you should be out on track marshaling.
30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
All right, guys, get him out there. Let's get him out there.
Leo date. Preston Scherer.
Let's get them all checked in. Careful in the S's. Careful in the S's. Looks like we've got everybody on the stand and about as good as it's going to get on track.
Brian Dorch.
All right, guys, run them across the line. Get them checked in. Make sure they come across the line. Missing one from Mac and Antoine. I believe that's Mac.
Mac.
Yep. Need a check in from Antoine. Antoine's upside down in the middle. All right, run it across, Antoine. Run it across.
Antoine Morris.
Hey, does it just need to be plugged in or something? Check it real quick. Check it. All right, guys, hold on 1 second. Pull over out of the line if you're done. If not, keep going. I don't care. What happened? Is it fixable or what? What is it? All right. All right, Mac. Throw it down and let's go. Throw it down. All right, guys, spread them out. We're going to go live. Spread them out, spread them out, spread them out. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going live. Leo's on the clock. Current TQ from round number 2. Leo Dake, 12 and a 5.11 for 13.5 wheeler. That is the time to beat if you want to be sitting up front at the start of the main. Hey, center S's, guys. Got a car upside down in the center S's. Got a marshal coming. Be careful. Clear.
4 minutes left.
All right, 1 minute down, 4 minutes to go. Brian Dortch out front, 13 and a 5-12 for Dortch. Leo in the 2, Mac in the 3, Chris in the 4, Antoine in the 5, and Preston in the 6. Brian is on a TQ pace, 13 and a 5-12, almost a full lap ahead of last round's TQ. Leo Dake in the 2 spot, 13 and a 5-21. Chris, 12 and a 5-05. Mac, 12 and a 5-23. Antoine, 10-5-12. And Preston, 10-5-23. $145 down, 3:15 to go. The order stays the same. Dortch out front, Dake in the 2, Chris in the 3, Mac in the 4, Antoine in the 5, and Preston in that 6 spot. You can find your leader, all white car, yellow wheels, going through those last bits of 180s now. Doubling, ooh, big hit on the right-hand side of the track. Car's still in one piece. Wow. So find your leader, all white, yellow wheels, coming into the big crossover in the middle. That is Brian Dortch, 13 to 5-13. Leo, 13-5-23. He's 3.7 behind Dortch. Chris, 12 and a 5-06. He's 3.3 behind Leo. Mac, 11 seconds back from Chris. Antoine, then Preston. Looks like we got a car being pulled off on the right-hand side of the track. 2:30 down, 2:30 to go. Oh, no. Is your car good, Dortch? I believe that is a steering link that has popped off. He was on a TQ run there. 2:50 down, 2:10 to go. He's got it sorted, but that's definitely going to cost him. We'll see what he can do. Just put his head down and make a few laps. 12 and a 5-11 is currently the TQ. He had a 13-5-11, so he had a lap in hand. It's going to take everything he's got, but he might still be able to pull something out. 3:10 down, 1:50 to go. Dake out front, 12 and a 5-04. Chris, 12 and a 5-04. Dortch, 12 and a 5-20, so he's got a ways to go. Chris White looking to reset TQ, 12 and a 5-02. Leo, 12 and a 5-04. Both of them on TQ pace. Dortch 9 seconds behind. He's got a lot of work to do. 1:30 left in this one. In the center. Help him out. Wheeler might be able to, he's got it. 1:15 left, drivers. 1:15 left. Chris White, your leader. I believe that is the orange and white yellow wheels going over the double now. That is your leader. 13 to 5-24, looking to reset TQ by about a lap. He's coming up into a wreck. He dives inside, no problem. Through the sweeper now, stepping up onto that front straight. That is your leader, Chris White. 13-5-24. He ran a 23.6 on it just a lap ago. That is easily enough to reset TQ. Leo in the 2 spot, 12 and a 5-04. Dortch, 12 and a 5-20. 45 seconds left, drivers. 45 seconds left to go. No worries, Chris. Just breathe it out, man. You've got a lot of time in hand. Keep it going straight. Keep it on all 4 wheels. Stepping up. On to the start-finish line, your leader, Chris White. 12 and a 5-02 now. So that is still good enough to reset TQ. He's 2.5 seconds in front of Leo. He's got to keep it moving. Leo doesn't want to give it up. They're both on TQ pace. 2.4 seconds is the gap between your first and second place driver. Your second place driver just now through the S's. He's got that blue front, green back, white wheels going over that center double now. 5 seconds left. Chris White at the line there. It's going to be close. 3 seconds is the gap on this final lap, so neither one of them can afford a mistake. A single mistake from either one of them will push them back and off of TQ pace. Leo, keep going. You got another one. Keep going. Just kidding. You got caught. Leo, you are done. So Chris just has to finish. No wrecks, Chris. No wrecks. Get it across that line. Brian is done. Brian and Leo are done. Chris, you got caught. 12 and a 5 flat. Resetting TQ. Chris White. Brian, Leo, and Chris, only one's done. Antoine and Mac, you are done when you cross the line. Antoine and Mac, you are done when you cross the line.
Antoine Morris done.
Just waiting on Mac to finish. I believe he had a wreck there in that last little bit, or maybe not. Nope, here he is now. And that's a race. So Chris White going to move up 4 spots to reset TQ and take the top spot for the main.
Mac done.
Chris, Leo, Dortch is going to be your starting top 3. We're going to start mains at 2:45. 2:45, starting those mains. Same order, guys. Same order as we've been going all day for the mains. All right, 21.5 A main. You guys will start at 2:45. 2:45. Practice is open. Practice is open. Same for the races, yeah. It was first before? Yep, you were right. Thank you, Jordan. All right. 17.5, race number 1, 2:45. 17.5, race number 1 at 2:45. Practice is open.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Preston Shearer. $24.2. $23.9. $24.9. $24.9. $45.9. $25.1. $134 flat. $33.1. 28.8. Mac. 26.1. 25.4. 25.2. 24.4. Leo Dake. 27.5. 36.1. 28.8. 24.3. 34.6. 111.7. 24.5. 133.7. 34.5. 25.1. $26.3. $27.5.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut the track down. 17-5. You guys are up in 5 minutes. 17-5 A main in 5 minutes. Get them ready, please. Get them ready. I don't want to be waiting. Marshals are from that 13-5 race. A main. Marshals. If you marshaled the first race any other time, please come out and do it again. I would appreciate it. Hello. Okay. Okay. All right, 2.5 minutes, drivers. 2.5 minutes until this 17-5. I want to get you all going. 2.5 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey guys, just gonna let you know, in these A mains, if I see somebody take somebody else out or anything like that, and I ask you to wait, you gotta wait. Just a quick warning, if I see any dirty driver or anything like that, I will try and call it out. And if I do, you've got to wait. I'll call you to stop, and you stop, and then you go when you can. When I let you know. All right, 17-5 drivers up and take the stand. 17 drivers take the stand. 13-5 drivers out to Marshall. Wheeler drivers out to Marshall.
Preston Scherer.
All right, 17-5. Where are you guys at? You should be making laps. And 13-5, you guys should be on the track marshaling. I need my 13-5 drivers out to the track if you're not in this race. Pretty much, if you're not in this race, I need you to marshal. That's the way it is. If you're not in this race, I do need you to marshal, please. It is 2:44, guys. Come on, let's go. 2:44, let's go, let's go. It's time to race. It's time to get these mains going.
Mike Winders.
Why? I've never raced carpet. It would be fun, though. That's not carpet. Yeah, as I say, I'm like, turf is different than carpet, I've heard, but yeah. When it goes carpet, I'll try it with you. It's Pro Source. Yeah, because that guy died, which sucks, but all right, 17-5 drivers, where you at? Come on. Let's go. Marshals 2, please. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I'll go up there with you on weekend. That'd be fun. They don't run 21.5 though, I don't think. Oh yeah. And then lower the ride height? Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Oh yeah. Gear diff for
Chris
sure.
White.
All right, I need Talon and Dortch to check in. Talon and Dortch, check in. I don't know how much better the Marshall situation is going to get, so if you can Marshall, come on out. Otherwise, let's go. Don't break it before we race. Come on now.
Brian Dortch.
Dun, 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 dun. Talon, let's go. It is 2:47. Or I'll start the race. All right, drivers, no more laps. No more laps. Talon on the 1, Dortch on the 2, Winders on the 3, Leo on the 4, Preston on the 5, Chris on the 6. Wherever you want. Is there somebody right here? Yeah, then go that way. Talon on the 1, Dorch on the 2, Winders on the 3, Leo on the 4, Preston on the 5, Chris on the 6. All right. Help number 3, please. Cool. All right, my top 3 got to make it to my tabletop. If they do it to themselves, it's their fault. But my top 3 got to make it through all the S's. All right, drivers. This is an 8-minute A main. We're going live in less than 5. Somebody barked a diff. Yeah, I heard that. Ooh. Tight racing in the back 3. Uh-oh. I'm going to call that a racing incident. I am keeping an eye out for takeouts and dirty driving. If you see if something happens and you hear me call you out, you got to stop. So after the first lap, uh-oh. Dorch is dead. Careful in the S, guys. Careful in the S. Clear. Damn, you didn't even finish the lap. Come on, Brian. Unbelievable. All right, after 1 lap, Talon Henley at the line now for 2. So Talon, Chris, Preston, Mike, Leo. Your tightest race so far is with Preston and Mike. Preston across the line, or sorry, that's Leo and Mike. So Leo and Mike through the S's now. That is the closest battle on the track, the one that we're probably going to stick with for a little bit. Leo gets it wrong, going to put Mike right back on his wing, so they're over the double together through the triple now. Leo and Mike looking to, they've been had similar pace all day. Mike actually out behind you. Help him out. So that mistake is going to put Leo about 6 or 7 seconds ahead of Mike, so he's got work to do. Your closest battle on the track, though, still Leo and Mike. 5 seconds is the gap, the clock says, so 140 down, 6:20 to go. Talon's got a lap on their 5th place driver. So he's just going to try and continue and make this race through without a break. No fast lines through the crossover for Talon today. Ask his 4-wheel how that went. 2 down, 5 to go. Talon out front, Chris in the 2, Leo in the 3, Mike in the 4, and Preston in the 5. Everybody's working almost exactly a 7-second gap. So there's almost nobody on track right now racing for position. If you're getting passed by somebody, it's for a lap. So 2:20 down, 5:40 to go. I'll let you know if anything changes. Although, my timer does say last time by, Chris and Leo were only a second apart. And I believe I see them on the left-hand side of the track. So that is the closest battle on the track. Chris going over the double onto the front stretch. Leo right behind him. So Chris, Leo 1.6 behind. Chris gets it wrong. Going to put Leo right on his wing as they come up this tabletop in the left-hand side, jumping onto the table on the right. Chris gets it wrong, puts Leo up to the 2 spot. So Leo now with the work to do to keep it on all 4 wheels. Chris, he's going to have to find some pace and get back onto Leo's wing, racing for that number 2 spot. Talon's a pretty much foregone issue at this point, but number 2 is absolutely up for grabs. $21.5 drivers, you guys are next. $21.5, you guys are next. Get them ready. 3:30 down, 4:30 to go. This is 17.5 stock buggy. Talon Henley leading the way. He's got a 20-second lead over Leo, but Chris is only 1.6 behind Leo last time by. And that, oh, I need you to stop. Leo, slow down. Go. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you listening. Thank you guys so much. 3:50 down, 4:10 to go. I didn't see all of it, but it looked like they came together. Not going to hurt Leo too bad, though, because Chris makes another mistake behind him, so Leo's got about a 5-second lead now. It was only 0.2 last time. It looks to be about 5 seconds this time. I'll let you know as he crosses. Leo in the 2 spot, 6 seconds over Chris White. 4:15 down, 3:45 to go. Talon Henley with a long lap this time by. 30 seconds, but that's not going to hurt him too bad. He's got 15 over that second place driver. A lot of Marshall work for our Marshall here in the middle. Thank you, though, for doing it. I appreciate it. So Leo had to get marshaled. Chris right behind him, so Chris's chance to catch right back up slips just a little bit further back. 4.6 seconds is the gap between Leo and Chris. That's the closest battle on the track. Another 4.1, though, now back to Mike. So all this wrecking for Chris and Leo is going to bring Mike a little bit closer to the fold. You can see Leo going on to that back sweeper. Chris coming into the 180s, going on to that back sweeper. And Mike on the crossover now. So it's about a 4 or 5 second gap for all three of those positions, all the way down to fifth. So it's 15 seconds between first and second, but it's almost exactly 5 seconds between third, fourth, and fifth. It is anybody's game. That's a single mistake on a track like this. With 5:15 down and 2:45 to go, find your leader, orange and gray, going over the triple now. Double, another 180. Roller, and then double onto the back section. That is your leader, Talon Henley, coming onto the front straight at the timing loop there through the center S's. Talon's got a 22.8 fast lap that he ran on lap number 6 with 2:20 left to go. Drivers Talon, Leo, Chris, Mike, and Preston. Last time by, Preston was only 0.8 behind Mike, but Mike now coming across the stripe 4 seconds behind Preston, so he must have had a wreck that I did not see. Closest battle on the track, though, between Leo and Chris. Leo only 3.3 seconds ahead of Chris. Talon getting by Chris for a lap.
2 minutes left.
And Preston and Mike only 4 seconds across. So we're looking at 2 separate battles here for these final spots with 2 minutes left to go in this one. 21.5, get them ready, guys. You guys are up next. 21.5, you guys are up next. We're going to keep an eye at the timing loop now because a lot of races could have gotten closer. And they did. Leo 2.5 seconds over Chris for that number 2 spot. So Leo over that crossover double now. Chris gets it wrong coming towards the crossover, so that's going to cost him a few seconds. All the while, Preston just ran his fastest lap of the race at 25 flat. You can find Preston on the right-hand side of the track now. Talon at the line there. Your leader's still running a 20-lap pace. We've got a car upside down after the triple. Go wide. We need help in the center S's. Help in the center S's. That is Chris. Help in the center S's. Thank you, Mac.
1 minute left.
And thank you guys for being patient with my marshals. I know we only got a handful. We've got it mostly covered. And thank you to all my volunteer marshals. 50 seconds left in this one. Closest battle on the track last time by was Leo and Chris. I do think it's going to be a bit further this time around because we can see Leo going up the tabletop now with Chris yet to jump onto the front stretch. 35 seconds left in this one. 35 seconds. The gap is now. So Chris is now fighting from the back. Chris had Preston get around him. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chris now has Preston who got around him. So, Chris, that is for that final podium spot. You need to catch Preston if you want to get on that podium. So you can find the closest battle on the track. That is all three racing going on to that back left sweeper. That is for the final podium spot, those 3 cars. So we're going to watch that one for the next 10 seconds. They get a lap to sort it out. No mistakes, otherwise you're out. As it sits right now, Preston's got it, but Chris and Mike want it. Preston across the right-hand side of the track. Chris to follow. Chris goes wrong, so that's going to leave it. Preston, he's got to keep it right side up, and he doesn't. Mike's going to sweep in, get caught. So Mike, from the 5th to the 3rd, Mike gets caught on the pipe, gets it figured out. Rex Talon in the process. Still, Mike going to figure it out. That is the race clock. So Winders from 5th to 3rd on the last lap. Talon, Leo, Winders, Preston, and Chris. Your running order. That is the race, drivers. That is the race. Absolutely crazy last lap. Off the stand, down the stairs, put your car in the impound, guys. Your car goes in the impound. All cars go in the impound. And go right back out to Marshall. Hold on, Alton. 1 second, buddy. We still got a lot of people on track. Hold on. Huh? I'm sorry. I do my best to see it.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Well, thank you for listening to me. Even if I was wrong, I appreciate it. I mean, you still got to wait. Yeah.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Because that pipe is like perfectly in line where it was, so.
Alton Henley. Paul Hamilton. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, go ahead and start making laps, drivers. Go ahead and start making laps. Good recovery, Mike. Yeah, it's dude in two wheel. It's almost better to
15
roll
seconds to the start of the race.
because since you can't, wheelers have better feel. It's like
Less than 5.
this were 4 foot. Yeah, that's one of the that's probably. Yeah, I know. You got. Oh. All right, anybody who's available to marshal, please come marshal. I need all the marshals I can get.
Dave Hill.
Yeah. Hey, you caught him when it counted. All right, guys, check him in. Check him in.
Antoine Morris. Mike Otto.
How long does he need? All right, we got a driver's minute.
Mac.
All right, just waiting on a check in from Jordan, and then I'll call it dead. Remember, guys, this is an 8-minute A main. Don't kill your battery.
Jordan Beard.
All right, Jordan is checked in. No more laps. No more laps. Jordan, finish the one you're on. Everybody else, Mac on the 1, Alton on the 2, Antoine on the 3, Mike on the 4, Paul on the 5, Jordan on the 6, Dave on the 7. No more laps, drivers. Mac, Alton, Antoine, Mike, Paul, Jordan, Dave, your running order. So 1 spot, Mac, 2, Alton, 3, Antoine, 4, Odo, 5, Paul, 6, Jordan, 7, Dave. Yeah, Chris, that's number 2, Alton. And then we got Antoine lined up right. Odo needs help, it looks like. All right. And we got a volunteer marshal. Awesome. Looks like we got a... Do we have somebody right here after this? Talon is. All right. Cool. Cool. All right, drivers. We got a full set of marshals. This is an 8-minute A main. I need my top 3 drivers to interference free get to through the S's, okay? Top 3 drivers, interference free through the S's. If I see something and you hear me call it, you got to stop. 8-minute A main. We're going live. What? Oh, okay. Don't touch your steering, Alton. 8-minute A main. We're going live in less than 5. Oh, that was self-inflicted, unfortunately. He's got work to do. Long race, buddy. Thank you for the patience with the marshalling, guys. I appreciate it. We got one after the double. Careful after the crossover. Lots of time, guys. Heads down. Lots of time. All right. As it sits right now, Antoine out front. Mac keeping him honest in the 2 spot. Alton has recovered all the way to the 3 from that wreck on the first lap. And Alton's moving quick. He's closing that gap up on those top 2. We are already a minute into this one, drivers. A minute into this one. Antoine, Mac, Alton, Odo, Dave, Paul, Jordan, your running order. Paul now up to the 5 spot. Dave in the 6. And Jordan in the 7. Your race leader through the last bit of the S's with Mac right behind him. We've got a wreck in the S's. Somebody help him out. Thank you, thank you. I can't see that. It's close between your top 2 guys, so you two have been racing here a long time. If something happens, you better help each other out. Yep, there we go. 145 down, 6:15 to go. Keep it honest. Alton making up some room this time around because the top 2 came together. Alton, he's that yellow and green front, purple bottom coming through the S's. You see him coming. He's lapping. Thank you.
6 minutes left.
2 down, 6, 7 to go. 2 down, 6 to go. Antoine, Mac, Alton, Mike, Paul, Jordan, Dave. You can find your leaders coming onto the sweeper now. Alton, though, through the 180s. He is not far behind, and he is catching. Alton ran his fastest lap of the race last time by, 25.8. Let's see what he's got for us at the line now. 26.6, another good lap from Alton. He's closing in on your leaders. Fastest lap of the race belongs to Antoine on lap number 2, 24.9. 240 down, 5:20 to go. Closest battle on the track is your first and second place driver at the line through the S's. Thank you, Yellow Car, for giving them the room they need. Antoine pulling out just a little bit of a gap over Mac. Alton still on the hunt. He's looking to get back into those top 2 podium positions. Landing, going over the center double. We need help in the center. We got a marshal on the way. Alton avoids it. Alton looking a little bit closer this time around again. So Antoine with a 26.3, Mac with a 26.2. Alton had a 25.3 last time around, follows it up with a 26.1, again, faster than the top 2. So Alton is closing the gap, but he gets it wrong, finds his wheels with a lucky bounce. 3:30 down, 4:30 to go. Antoine, Mac, Alton, your top 5. 12 seconds back to Odo. Another 15 to Paul, 19 to Jordan, and 11 to Dave. Your top 2 across the line there. It was 1.2 last time, only 1 flat this time. Max closing the gap, making Antoine just a little bit nervous, perhaps. All the while, Alton Henley 7.7 back from those top 2. He had a 2-second mistake on the last lap. Not going to hurt him too bad. He's got 4 minutes to figure it out. All the while, your top 2 get into it. Mac gets around. Antoine finds a wreck. So that's going to promote Mac to the number 1. Antoine down to the 2, finds the pipe. Not going to hurt him too bad. All the while, Alton is making good laps. So the gap from third was 8.8. It's now 7.1. A full 2-second swing for Alton here later into the race. 4:15 down, 3:45 to go. Mac, Antoine, Alton, Mike, Paul, your top 5. You can find your leader, Mac, going through those 180s on the left-hand side of the track. Mac gets it wrong. He's in the pipe. Mac's in the back. That is your leader. Antoine now out to the front. Mac with a big mistake. Going to put Alton. Where is Alton at? Alton got it wrong too, so that was his chance. Alton's going to have to stay a little bit cleaner, a little bit longer if he wants to get in front of Mac. Antoine now with a pretty big lead, 5.9 seconds. Alton, he is 9.4 back from Mac. So costly mistakes from your top 3 here. That's going to put Odo 20 seconds away. He was 30. 10-second swing for Odo if he keeps it going. 5 down, 3 to go. 5 down, 3 to go. Find your leader on the right-hand side of the track, rolling over the double onto the step down, across the crossover into the triple area. That is 250 to go. 250 to go. Antoine leading the way. Alton gets it wrong in the center S's. He needs some help. Gets it off the pipe, though. Closest battle on the track is still between second and third. At least it was the last time by. It was 6.7. Mac, though, having a good lap. It looks like Mac going to put down a 26.6. Alton had a little bit of an issue on this last one, so it looks like he's going to be further back than he was before. All the while, Antoine's keeping it steady with a 10-second lead out front with 2:15 to go. Antoine, Mac, Alton, Odo, Paul, Jordan, Dave, your running order. Alton perfectly downsiding that center crossover. 2 minutes left, drivers. 2 minutes left in this one.
2 minutes left.
Closest battle on the track, still Mac and Alton. Last time by, it was 10.5 for Mac and Alton. This time it's 11.4, so a 9/10 swing for Mac. Each of your drivers are separated by 11 seconds or more at this point, so I'll just keep you guys updated as best I can. Alton cases that double, manages to find the wheels, keeps her going. 6:30 down, 1:30 to go, 17.5. You guys are up next. 17.5 is up next. Or I'm sorry, 13.5. Thank you. 13.5's next. 1:15 to go. 1:15 to go. Antoine, Mac, Alton, Mike, Paul, Jordan, Dave, your running order. 10-second gaps between every single position. It's pretty much solid at this point. Don't break. That's my best advice I can give to anybody at this point. Don't have a break. Don't have a big wreck. Just keep it moving. Alton at the line there with a long lap, 33 seconds. 15 seconds now is the closest battle on the track between first and second. You can find your leader, I believe, through the center triple. Into the 180s and double and single. 30 seconds left, drivers. 30 seconds left. $20 seconds, drivers. 20 seconds. $10 seconds until this one's over, drivers. 10 more seconds. Antoine might get a victory lap here, and he does. All right, that is the race clock. When you cross that line, you are done. When you cross the line, you are done. Antoine going to take it home in first. Mac in second. Alton in third.
Paul Hamilton done. Mike Otto done.
Odo in fourth. Paul in fifth. Jordan in sixth. And Dave in seventh.
Antoine Morris done.
That is a race, drivers. That is a race. Thank you, drivers. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. All right, 13.5. Get them ready. 13.5. Let's see it. Where? At a Marshall spot? Hey, if you're missing an iPhone, here, let me see it. Or yeah, right here. Brian Dortch has an iPhone. Brian Dortch found an iPhone. Check your pocket. Are you missing an iPhone? Is it yours? We found it.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
I need all the marshals I can get. I need all the marshals I can get, please. And if you're in a 13.5 race, you should be on the stand.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. Preston Scherer.
All right, guys, let's check them in and not break them. Check them in and not break them.
Antoine Morris. Leo Date. Mac. Chris White.
All right, just waiting on a check-in from Dortch. If you were in that last race, I need you to marshal. I got 2 buckets empty that I'd love to fill.
Brian Dortch.
All right, we've got everybody checked in. No more laps. No more laps. On your top spot, Chris White on the 1, Leo on the 2, Brian on the 3, Antoine on the 4, Preston on the 5, and Mac on the 6. All right. If I could get 1 marshal at the center bucket, I think we'll be good to call it good. Oh, yeah, just move in there. Yeah. Oh, is Alton coming? Alton, you got a marshal for me, buddy? I just need 1. Where's he at? Is he coming? Okay. All right. Pick a bucket, Alton. Just pick the center one, please, actually. Dragging your feet. Thank you, sir. All right, drivers, you know the rules. If it's self-inflicted before the tabletop, that's on you. But if it happens to you before the tabletop, I'll call it. You get 1 restart. We're going live for 8 minutes, 13.5 wheeler in less than 5. Oh, he cased it. No. If you drive through somebody, you gotta let him. You gotta slow down. Ideally, you don't do it anyway, but I don't know if it'll get much better if I would have restarted it. So we're gonna go with it. What are we doing? Uh-oh, guys, careful on the left. Go slow, go slow, go slow on the left. Slow, slow. All right. Nobody did, but it's clear. I tried, Mike. With 45 down and 7:15 to go, Dortch has found his way back out front even after casing that first double, so good on you. Leo in the 2, Chris in the 3, Preston in the 4, Antoine in the 5, and Mac in the 6. 2nd through 6 are all basically an angry bit of bees coming through that center S's. I see you guys. Oh, careful, guys. Oh. That was all incidental. Nobody did that on purpose, I could tell. That was just a spin out. All the while, Brian's like, you guys can keep wrecking. I'll keep driving. 23.5 last time by, 18.804 for Brian. in the 2 spot, Antoine Morris. So your pole driver all the way down in the back. He's caught a lot of tough breaks on these opening laps. But now he's in the 5th spot ahead of Mac. Antoine Rex, that's going to put Leo right on his tail. They are not that far behind Brian. And Brian is getting awfully close to casing that jump again. I can see it from here. Uh-oh, we got Brian upside down. With 2 down and 6 to go, Dortch out front, Antoine, Leo, Chris, Preston, Max. So your pole sitter just ran his fastest lap of the race at 24.5, but he gets it wrong on the table. Chris, I know you've got speed. Keep it on all 4, and you'll get right back up the order. Everybody is close. The furthest gap is 13 seconds from you to the front. But it can be hard to get through the pack sometimes. I do know that. Careful onto the sweeper. Oh, nice. All the while, Brian Dortch out front, 5 seconds ahead of Antoine. Antoine, he's got 3 seconds on Leo. Leo's got 4.6 on Chris. Chris has 1.2 on Mac, and 4/10 was the gap last time by. Back to Preston. But Preston gets by Mac, and Mac cases it on that center double. Uh-oh, Chris gets it wrong. That's going to start a pile up. Help him out. Good job, Alton, doing the best he can. 3 down, 5 to go. 3 down, 5 to go. Your leader going through the traffic. Oh, gets it wrong. Still going to be out front. Brian is out front. Brian gets it wrong. That's going to bring Antoine up to him, I'm sure. There it is. Antoine gets it wrong through the center S's as well. So what would have been a good break for Antoine has become the same gap as it was. Calm down, guys. Keep on all 4s. I'm seeing a lot of wrecks out there right now. The 2-wheel drive races was a heck of a lot cleaner. 3:30 down, 4:30 to go. We've got Dortch out front, Antoine in the 2, Leo, Preston, Mac, Chris. Oh, man. Dang. Mac can almost downside that jump. That's crazy. That's a lot of power. 3:45 down, 4:15 to go. Dortch still leading the way. 6.2 back to Antoine, only 7.6 back to Leo. 2.5 from Leo to Preston. It was 0.7, now 3.3 from Preston to Mac, and Chris is only 8 seconds behind Mac.
4 minutes left.
Four down, 4 to go. Your leader, all white, yellow wheels at the line there. He's got a 22.9 fast lap he did on lap number 7. Ooh. Dortch, Antoine, Preston, Mac, Leo, Chris, your running order. But I believe Chris has come up on Preston and may just pass Mac here in these next coming laps. So Chris is racing for that 5th position with Mac. Because Leo's still out front, so Leo in the 4, Mac in the 5, Chris in the 6, Brian Dortch out front, Antoine in the 2, Preston in the 3. Chris gets by Mac. Sets his sights on on Leo. Preston now, last time by, up to the 3. 5:15 down, 2:45 to go. Closest battle on the track is Leo and Chris. 4.4 seconds. $5:30 down, 2:30 to go. 5:30 down, 2:30 to go. 10 seconds is the lead for Dortch. 14 seconds from Antoine to Preston. 5.2 back to Leo. 3.2 back to Chris. And 4.2 back to Mac. Chris looking to close up to Leo. And he will, because Leo, that's a break. Can you pop that back on, Alton, or no? Leave it. Just leave it.
2 minutes left.
$6.10 down, $1.50 to go. Leo is out. That's going to promote Chris and Mac each up a place. Brian Dortch still leading the way. 14 seconds is the gap to Antoine. Another 10 seconds back to Preston. 8.4 to Chris and 9.8 to Mac. George with a long lap this time around. Let's see where that puts Antoine in relation. George at the line there. It was 14.4. It is now 7, so the gap cut in half last time around for Antoine. No more mistakes out of Brian. We got 1:15 left to go. George at the line through the S's. Antoine at the line, although it looks like Antoine might be out of battery or overheated because that car ain't moving. 50 seconds left to go. That looks like low voltage or heat cutoff to me. Preston only had 6 seconds, and Preston now going to come up onto Antoine for P2. And there it is. There's the pass for P2. So Preston going to take advantage of Antoine running out of battery. Antoine, 30 seconds left to go. He just got to make it one more lap to hold on to his spot, but I don't know if that's going to hold up because Chris and Mac are going to close fast. They've got full battery, full cars. I think Mac was a lap down, and that's it. Pull it, pull it. That car's a problem now. Chris up to the 3. Three seconds left. 3 seconds left. That's the clock. Ooh! Don't break it right before the line.
Preston Scherer done.
Preston, you're done. That is the number 2 spot for you, Preston. Mac gonna come across the line and nab that 4 spot from Antoine. George, tell me you didn't break it. George going to take home the win, and that is the race. George, Preston, Chris, Mac, your top 4. Antoine and Leo broke out. All right, drivers. Thank you for coming out to Hoosier RC Hobbyplex. Thank you guys for choosing us to club race. Enjoy the air show if you're going over to Thunder. Otherwise, stay warm because it's getting chilly tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Take the blowers with you. Take the blowers with you and set them on the wall, please. Thank you. And thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming out to Hoosier RC Hobbyplex. We do it all again on Thursday night at 7.
Preston Scherer. Brian Dorch. $24.4. $23.8. $23.6.